Yesterday, a total of 5 dusk birds.
Good morning. Looks like you're awake.
Yep, yep.
I prepared some breakfast today. Please have a taste. I hope you'll like it.
It's nice to have you here so we can eat something yummy.
Well, now that I've recovered from Elazar, I'm feeling better than ever. I can even prepare 4 or 5 meals a day now.
And Paimon bets they're all delicious.
Oh, by the way, someone brought a letter for you after you went to sleep last night.
Nope. Paimon wanted to read the letter with you after you woke up, so Paimon didn't open it. All right, let's read it now. Oh, it's from Nilu. Ahem. We're going to hold a feast at the Grand Bazaar and celebrate Cyno's reinstatement as the General Mahamatra. As heroes of Sumeru, please be sure to attend. I'll wait for you. The date of the banquet is written on the back. It's in 2 days.
Oh, I've also heard that you've become heroes here as well. That's amazing. Everyone's aware of your abilities. There's no need to be modest.
Anyway, let's go to the Grand Bazaar to have a look.
Oh, before you leave, be sure to inform Master Tainari.
Time to go.
The rainforest is the best place to live.
Tainari!
Ah, good morning. How do you feel today?
We feel much better. How about you?
I'm recovering well, thanks for asking.
But from the looks of it, you seem to be already busy with work again.
It's fine. I'm not that busy, really. The Elazar patients have recovered, as well as Hypatia. For now, I only need to tend to my Forest Watcher duties.
It seems once Irminsul started getting better, everything else started to...
Yes, but there are the withering is one example. Though it won't...
By the way, we have some good news. Cyno got...
This news is hardly new.
Huh? You mean he was already here?
He visited once, but he was afraid of disturbing you while you were resting. He just...
Then you probably already know all about the celebration feast.
Celebration feast? No.
Huh? But didn't Nilu say in her letter...
Perhaps. Or...
Come to think of it, Cyno doesn't seem like the type who'd enjoy a celebration feast. You and Kale are both Cyno's close friends. Why don't you come to the...
Kale has taken over some of my tasks these days. I don't think she'll have time for it. You see, some VIPs have come to the forest recently.
Huh? VIP...
Well, technically speaking, they are former VIPs. The sages involved in recent incidents have be...
Huh?
Yes, he's a little weak, but he isn't... Lesser Lord Kusanali, in her boundless mercy, has decided to spare Azar and the other wrongdoers. Supposedly, they were ashamed of their shallow ideologies, and have decided to dedicate the rest of their lives to cultivating wisdom in the Avidia Forest. When they learned that Lesser Lord Kusanali had defeated the Balladeer and saved Irminsul, they were shocked at first, but also became happy, feeling that the sacred light guiding them on the... As a result, work has increased.
That sounds really exhausting.
There is nothing we can do, really. But that's another topic. Back to the matter at hand.
Ah, right! We're here to request permission...
You've recovered well. You may go.
Yay! Will do!
Well, there won't be any problems if the feast starts at that time. Everything has already been prepared.
Mr. Zubair, I finished tallying things up here. Well, except for the guests.
Is a simple reply really that much to ask of our guests? It's affecting our arrangements.
Oh, it'll be fine. Besides, it never hurts to get things ready in advance.
I was thinking the same thing. The feast will be held sooner or later, right?
Hey, Nilu!
Traveler, Paimon!
We got your letters, so here we are!
You're the best! The other guests haven't even...
Huh? Are we the only ones that have...
Yeah, I had someone deliver letters to all of our guests. But maybe everyone is still busy with other things.
Look, I get it. Sumeru is in an extremely important period of transition right now, but even if your friends are important figures, they shouldn't just ignore your request like this. Nilu is Sumeru's #1 celebrity, after all. You have no idea.
If you consider enjoying Nilu's dances having good taste, then almost everybody has good taste. Because Paimon thinks everybody will...
That's right. We all think she's amazing too. Nilu is an absolute favorite among those of us who frequent the Grand Bazaar. For Outlanders, you have a great... Master Zubair, let's have a vote for the most outstanding audience members next time. I think these two may win.
Nonsense. It is not for us to determine. But indeed, we could try giving gifts to people with particularly good taste. I heard there's a device in Fontaine called a camera.
Ooh, good idea.
You guys are so funny.
There's always a lot going on at the Grand...
Yeah, and that's why I love it here. Traveler and Paimon, could you help confirm if for some reason they didn't receive the letters?
Yeah, we can also check out how everything in Sumeru is...
When I wrote the letters, I heard that Dia was in Port Ormos, and Alhaitham was at the Academia. As for Sino, we've only heard that he appears at the Academia from time to time. I'm not too sure about Ramon's whereabouts. My guess is that he's with Dia. As for Dunyarzad, I just hope she's feeling better. I sent her a letter, but I was afraid of disturbing her. If you have time, please ask about her for me.
Okay, got it. Let's go, Traveler.
Time to go.
We haven't seen Alhaitham anywhere. Let's ask that person over there. Hey there, have you seen Alhaitham around?
Yes, it seems Scribe Alhaitham has gone to the House of Dana. You should be able to find him there. But you're already the second group of people I've seen looking for him today. He must be quite the busy man.
Oh? Who else was looking for him?
Mr. Cavey was just here asking about him. You wouldn't believe how terrible their relationship is. And now you two are here. Don't tell me everyone's here looking for gossip about the sages.
No way. We're strictly here on business.
Ah, I see. Sorry, I thought maybe everyone's...
Hatham should be around here somewhere, right? Oh, he's over there! But it looks like he might not have time.
Just put down that worthless book and tell me what happened in the academia.
This is not just some worthless book. Do you have any idea how difficult it is to find a physical book like this in Sumeru?
It doesn't matter. It's probably just another thing that you used your authority to get your hands on anyway. Just put it aside. Listen, I came back today only to hear that the sages have disappeared.
Oh? You sound surprised. I thought you would already know the inside story.
Would I be here asking you if I knew? You're the scribe, not me. So just tell me what you know already.
Well, I almost became a sage.
Huh?
Oh, don't sound too surprised now. You're the renowned Kaveh, light of the Ksharawar. Besides, as a master builder and craftsman, chances are you'll be appointed as a sage too.
Why do I feel like you don't really mean it?
Huh. What makes you say that? Why would you question my heartfelt sincerity?
Maybe it's because you've never said anything good about me before.
Yeah, well, I share a similar sentiment, and anyone who knows you as well as I do would surely do the same.
Ugh, you... See? This is why I hate discussing anything with you. Your ridiculous and arrogant attitude always gets in the way.
It seems that you really can't stand my personality.
Ha! What was your first clue?
Well, then you might as well move out of my house.
Are you threatening me? Stooping to a new low, I see. Ugh, and don't change the subject. You, a sage? What a joke. The academia might as well just close tomorrow.
Are they having a fight?
Forget what's going on with the academia. Haven't you been busy with your construction project? Tell me, when are you going to build yourself a mansion?
Don't get me started. I get angry just thinking about it.
So, what great building did our master architect work on this time?
Like I need to tell you. Keep your nose out of my business.
No, I think we deserve to know. Where were you when Sumeru needed you most?
I was in the desert for a large project, but considering Haravatat's utter ignorance of architectural and aesthetic matters, you probably wouldn't understand. Which is truly unfortunate. I can only pity the man who doesn't understand the first thing about beauty and romance. Unlike a true... Hold on, wait a second. What do you mean by when Sumeru needed me most?
Well, while you were out fiddling around in the desert, many people came together to save Sumeru from a crisis.
Ha! And you think I'd believe that?
Look, all you really need to know is that Azar and all his accomplices have all been overthrown.
Huh? What nonsense are you talking about?
It's no skin off my nose if you don't believe me. It's not like my Darshan was the one trying to apply for funding from the Grand Sage. Yours, though, on the other hand...
You know what? I'll ask around. I'm sure someone knows what's going on here. You're dead if I find out you're lying to me.
Oh, it's you two.
We're running some errands for Nilu. Have you received her letter?
Letter?
Nilu said she sent out a letter inviting everyone to a celebration feast in 2 days at the Grand Bazaar. We'll also be celebrating...
If she addressed the letter to Al Haytham of the Academia, then the letter should have gone to my office. I've been busy these days, so I haven't had time to check for any new mail at my office. I only...
Have you always been so busy with your work?
Of course not. I'm only busy these days because several sages have been dismissed recently and the whole academia...
Kainari told us they all went to train in the Avidia Forest. Apparently they will spend the rest of their lives there.
That is already the best possible ending for the likes of them. 4 of the 6 great sages were possessed by their desire for power and attempted to create a new god. In order to pull it off, they even imprisoned the other 2 rational sages. To imagine such things could take place in the academia. I don't know.
Yeah, you're right. Huh. Feels kind of strange to hear them called that after all this time. But then again, the 6 great schools sounded pretty impressive too.
Yes, at least that's how they're supposed to sound. It's said that when the academia was first founded, the Dendro Archon herself established the 6 great schools, each representing one of the 6 different types of wisdom. Numerous Darshans have sprung up and faded, only the 6 Darshans attaching Now, the 6 Darshan, among the 6 great sages, there is one central leader, the Grand Sage. Unfortunately, only the sages from Vahumana and Amorta remain now. They were imprisoned for opposing Azar and were only rescued after Azar's downfall.
So who's managing things in the other 4 schools now? Do they need to find someone new?
Yes. Normally, new sages are selected based on a strict set of criteria.
Oh, didn't you just say something about becoming a sage? If they pick you, then we'd have a huge connection in Sumeru.
Yes, about that. You didn't let me finish my sentence. The person in charge of personnel affairs nominated me to be the Grand Sage in place of Azar and help Lesser Lord Kusanali manage the academia. But I refused.
Huh? But why? Ugh, can't you be a little more...
I'm not even interested in being one of the 6 great sages. Like I said before, I don't like being a leader.
Oh, all right. So are you busy these days trying to find others to take the job?
That's not my job either. I'm only responsible for handling important affairs within the academia before... And the first thing I'll do is reject Kasharawar's application for funding.
By the way, who was that other person?
Do we look like friends?
Paimon doesn't know. That's why Paimon's asking.
His name is Kaveh, my roommate. You could say he's the representative for Ksharawar scholars, which is exactly why he always has...
So everything that's happened recently must be a huge change for the people.
Such is the work of the Academia Scribe.
Well, anyway, no matter how busy you are, since you are our planner, remember to attend the celebration.
All right.
Time to go.
Is that Paimon I hear?
Huh?
Oh, it's been a while. How are you doing?
Dunyarzad! It's been so long since we've seen you!
I'm doing well. I can go as far as saying I have never been happier in my entire life. I don't know if you've heard, but Elazar has completely disappeared, and all the patients have recovered.
You kidding? Knowing them and the connections they've got, I'm sure they've heard about it.
Yeah!
That's right. My lady is feeling better now, so
Why do you still call me that, Dia? You've...
I guess I'm just used to calling you my lady. Old habit.
Resignation? You mean you're...
Yeah, I might start losing my edge if I keep being a bodyguard for the Homayanis.
You know that my parents and I are fond of you, and that we appreciate you very much. It wouldn't be a problem if you wish to continue to be our bodyguard.
I'm not a woman that's easily persuaded. You should know that by now, my lady. When I took this job, I'd already decided that I'd quit as soon as you'd recovered. It's time for me to get back out there and chase that horizon.
So what are you gonna do now if you're not gonna be a bodyguard anymore?
I want to take a risky job and put my body to the test again.
Huh? But we literally just finished one of the most dangerous jobs ever! Are you getting bored already?
I know. If I hadn't joined in that plan with you, I wouldn't have come up with this idea. I guess I still get fired up by that feeling of going all out in a fight. It made me mercenary through and through. Life is short, and I'm happy that I got to be a part of that but the whole thing also made me...
Well, I remember...
You mean I'll hate them? I didn't expect him to still remember that. I thought...
We just came from talking with Alhaitham at...
Did he tell you that he suggested that I come work at the academia?
What?
I heard that Azar and his cronies fell from power, and Alhaitham told me that now was a good time to find a job in the...
Whoa. Paimon can't see you being anything other than a mercenary.
Me neither.
Forget about it. I wouldn't last 10 seconds in there. Alhaitham probably just liked the way I worked and knew I'm good in a fight. So he suggested...
But you know, if you take him up on the offer, Sino might actually agree and let you become a Matra. Because you're super amazing!
The Matra have all the talent they need as long as they have Sino. I prefer to be free. In fact, I chose this job from the very start because I knew it'd be right.
Even if being a mercenary means facing all kinds of danger.
A lion has to return to the wild sooner or later. If anything, being your bodyguard has been unfamiliar territory for me.
I don't want to see you go, but I'll respect your decision.
I'm glad to hear you say that. Come on, no need for the sad face. It's not like we'll never meet again. Once the whole Dendro Archon thing is settled, everything in Sumeru will take a turn for the... But a peaceful society will probably mean less demand for mercenaries like me. Before long...
Huh? But wait a second!
Well, no, not yet at least. I promised my lady I'd stick around until next week.
So, have you been in Port Ormos this entire time? We were wondering if you had received a letter from Nilu.
Oh, did Nilu write to...
She heard that you were seen in Port Ormos, so she sent the letter here.
Huh. It was probably sent to the inn that we're staying at. My lady has been very energetic lately, and keeps taking me on hikes, staying out even into the night.
Right, and we tend to leave quite early in the morning, so the old man...
So what it really sounds like is that the person on duty is always asleep.
I bet the letter's at the reception desk. I'll go check later.
No wonder there wasn't a reply. You never received the letter. Good thing Nilu asked us to come and check on that.
Sorry to make you two come all the way out here.
It must be something important for Nilu to specifically write.
Yes, she said they were preparing a victory feast in the Grand Bazaar, and will also be celebrating Sino's
Great! I'll be sure.
Count me in too. But is there some sort of dress code or anything for the feast? Can I just show up looking like this?
Since it's being organized by Nilu, I don't think she'll be too picky about that. If anything,
All right, then this is how I'll...
The feast will be held in 2 days, so don't forget.
Sure.
Thank you so much for letting us know.
Oh, by the way,
The General Mahamatra always comes and goes without a trace. Normally no one knows his whereabouts.
Oh.
But last time we met, he mentioned that he had something to do in our village. As for Raman, your guess is as good as mine. I only remember he said that he had something to discuss with Sino. Don't mention it.
All right, on to our next... It's been a while since we last visited Aru. Ah, there's Sino!
What brings you here?
We recovered well, and Tanari agreed to let us leave, so now we're out.
It seems Gandharvaville's medical treatment is still as good as ever.
And Tanari is recovering well.
That's good to hear.
Yeah, you're the one who brought us to him when we lost consciousness.
You're welcome. Tainari has excellent medical skills, and Kale is quite attentive. It was the best.
But why are you just...
I'm meeting some people.
Oh!
I've already talked with Candace and the village chief. But you know one of the people I'm meeting...
Oh, by King Deshret's blessing, my friend suddenly appears in the desert. Don't tell me you've run into trouble and...
Roman! And... Huh? Sataria?
Oh, you know me?
Oh, well, you're pretty famous in the academia.
Don't worry, these are our friends.
I see.
I'm doing well. Many good things.
Same here. Really, I feel that my whole life has started to shine.
Oh, tell us everything.
Yeah, you go.
All right, well, I suppose I should start. I've decided to leave the
What?
It's not that I've given up on being a scholar. Instead, I will no longer pursue research like a typical scholar.
I can see.
What do you...
I plan to leave the academia and return to teach here.
Wow, so you...
Sataria will return to support education here, and she can't teach everyone on her own, but there are many of us Eremites.
Yes, it's my hope that that is the true meaning of education.
The people of King Deshret, the stars have always guided Caravan.
Oh, please, where's all...
You deserve...
Sataria's idea will bring much...
At first, as you know, all knowledge is under their surveillance and control. But what I heard at that time has been haunting my heart. As if there... Sataria, Sataria, why
Miss.
These words sparked... I gathered up the courage to approach the Grand Sacred...
Azar has received much-needed punishment. Though, if you ask me, it may have...
Lord Sino helped me obtain permission to leave the academia for the desert, and accompanied me here to discuss collaboration with members of the Eremites. My plan was able to...
You're all doing so much...
Aside from that, I also have some other business to discuss with Sino.
Lesser Lord Kusanali has allocated many resources to support and develop the desert. I've done some business for her, and part of it required the assistance of the Eremites. I applied for a few batches of educational materials from the academia.
That's exactly.
Apart from this, we must be persistent about...
This is the first time. Remember these words. Here lies our faithful I hope people with wisdom like...
Enough about us. Are you here to...
No, not at all. We're actually here on behalf of... Nilu wanted to write to everyone, but she wasn't sure where the letters should be sent. A celebration feast will be held in 2 days at the Grand Bazaar. At the feast, we'll also be celebrating Sino's although, judging from your appearance, it seems you've already been reinstated.
Celebration? Feast? It's the first I've heard of it.
Tighnari was right. He really did.
This feast is for you, Sino. Sounds to me like...
It's rare to see that kind of expression from Lord Sino. You must not like feasts very much.
No, not really. But I'll go.
Well, I still have a lot to handle here. Besides, I need to look...
I'm afraid I won't be able to join you. Although, the messages. I'm sorry for how I treated you before. But now I understand the beauty of you and the art you symbolize. Please keep dancing.
Okay, we've got all that down. Our job here is complete as well. Oh, Sino, remember...
Got it.
Wherever in this world I roam, I carry memories of my home. This blade. It's the last link I have.
Today's the big day! Let's go to the Grand Bazaar. Everybody's already here. Looks like we're the last ones to arrive.
You're here.
Ah, there you are.
Well, look who finally decided to show up.
You look like you came here immediately after finishing up some work.
But we're not late, are we? It's just that everyone...
I propose that the last one who arrived be put in charge of today's...
Nah, there won't be any speeches today.
Oh, really?
Come join us over here.
Everything looks quite good.
Wow, Paimon can't wait. Whoa, it's so delicious. Oh, this grilled meat tastes amazing.
The food was specially prepared for you by everyone in the Grand Bazaar. And we have everyone that came said that you saved Sumeru.
Ah, feels kinda nice to be seen as a hero.
Being a bodyguard is also a hero's job.
My lady sure
And I'm happy to meet everyone that participated.
Don't mention it.
Come to think of it, we've really done something impressive together.
We owe it to our abilities. And
Really? Why do I remember everybody thinking that luck was against us and feeling like we hardly had...
That's how I remember.
it's luck that brought us together, and it was luck that let us form a team. Moreover, judging from the results, everything worked out well.
Yeah. Everyone gave it their all when it mattered most. It was almost like a performance. We took the stage and put on our... Everyone played their part. And thanks to everyone's efforts.
So, would you say we're good actors too?
It's such a blessing that Lesser Lord Kusanali was able to return to...
Yes, even after being abandoned and neglected. Lesser Lord Kusanali once used all her power in a great disaster, which resulted in her losing all her wisdom and memories of the past. This should be something everybody should remember. Huh? You look surprised.
No, everything you said is...
That's good.
Something wrong?
Yeah, what's with that face? You knew all of this already.
Even if those two giants of the academia are here, those sages really have some nerve. 500 years ago, Lesser Lord Kusanali used all her power... If you bite the hand that feeds you, don't act surprised when it turns...
Perhaps I shouldn't say that.
You could simply tell Lesser Lord Kusanali that...
I respect our deity's decision. And while we're on this topic, why didn't you accept the...
Are you trying to say that I'm fit to be a...
Not at all. But every person...
Why? Because he dethroned Azar from...
Could you try to put it another way? This is a good thing, yet you're...
But seriously, though, I always wondered if you had some...
I did have my own motive, but it had nothing to do with being... If the rules of our nation were suddenly cast by the wayside, then it wouldn't be long until chaos ensued. I had no intention of letting their...
By that, you mean your life working as the Academia's scribe.
Precisely.
Wait, is that all?
So, that's the only reason why you joined us?
It's reason enough.
You've certainly got quite the personality.
You flatter me.
All right then. How about you? You've already resumed work as the General Mahamatra, right?
That's right.
Will you be happy with that life?
It's not about being happy.
Even so, keep your spirits up and try to be happy, okay?
Thank you. I'll keep that in mind.
I seldom participate in such lively gatherings. No. The Grand Bazaar is like that happiness? Oh well.
Well, how is it? It's the first time I've ever... You see, Make sure you live it up tonight. I'm honored to have her think of me this way. I can't explain...
The atmosphere here is good. I don't often come to... I have a lot to handle these days. Otherwise, I could show you around. There's always...
My lady, the grilled meat over...
Yes, I also tried... What an amazing place.
You said it. Oh, look who else is here.
Hello. Oh, I'm so happy Nilu invited everybody. Oh, now I have the chance to meet all the heroes.
Hey, less of that polite chit-chat and more eating and drinking. The feast is about having fun, not stuffy formalities.
What's wrong? Your head is starting to droop. Hey, you can't just fall asleep here. Paimon will go find something delicious for you to eat. You'll wake up once you've put something... Of course, just wait here for Paimon. It's me. You may blame me for being a bit too self-indulgent. The connection between us is amazing. I heard there's an amazing celebration feast today at the Grand... Lately, I've been so busy dealing with all the fallout from recent events, so I really haven't had any free time. Although you've already helped me with a lot. Please say thank you to everyone. But if I just show up all of a sudden, people will... What if I end up scaring them and ruining this wonderful... Yes, I have. You said I should go thank everyone as myself, right? So... I've decided to borrow your body for the time being. Please don't blame me. The flora also climbed... Everyone! Are you awake now? Paimon was just about to... It's me. Huh?
Hold up, what's...
I didn't expect to have a conversation with the consciousness of Lesser Lord Kusanali in the Grand...
No, of course not. Are you... Lesser Lord Kusanali?
Hello, Nilu.
You know who I am?
Yes. I already know every one of you.
Lesser Lord Kusanali?
I took the liberty of occupying the traveler's body. Thank you so much for rescuing me. Even if that meant placing your own safety in peril. Without you, without any of you, had you not helped me to resolve the crisis, people refer to you as the heroes who met. Please, allow me.
Lesser Lord Kusanali, you have done so much for...
Dinyarzad, the suffering you endured during your illness is also proof of you being with me and praying for me.
You don't need to be so ceremonious.
This is how the relationship between the Academia and Dendro Archon should be.
You're an Archon, but you act so humble. You really don't need to be so polite.
I'm honored to have been able to take part in it.
Thank you, all of you. Thank you so much. Yeah. Are you awake? Did you rest well? After Nahida left, you ate a lot of food. You've become a glutton. That just means you still have a lot to learn from Master Paimon. Alright, since you're awake now, should we go? She should be in the Academia right about now. If you haven't...
Time to go. Time to go. Time to go.
Hello, traveler, and what a fantastic night. I'm still. So are we. Is there anything you want? Is that where you're headed next? Fontaine, the nation of justice? As far as I know, that nation operates on the judicial.
Does their Archon personally judge people?
No, there's a Chief Justice in Fontaine. Generally speaking, the Hydra-Archon, Focalor, won't preside over individual trials. However, even then, Focalor will still make herself present at just about as Archon. She still reserves the right to influence the... Anyway, let's just say she's got... Is that where you're headed? As far as I know...
Does their Archon personally judge...
No, there's a Chief Justice. However, as Archon... Anyway, let's just say she's... He's still in a coma. I know you have many misgivings about him, but as someone who had become a god, he has retained a number of very useful... Don't worry, I'll keep an eye on him and make sure... In addition, there are still some mysteries left in him. Some things may be very clear. His future... You mean, what happened after the doctor? You guessed correctly. The top-ranked Fatui Harbingers, up to number 3, possess power comparable to that of gods. I was no match for him in that kind of situation. However, in spite of the bad situation, I still meant... I'm sure you remember the entity that changed your fate, the Heavenly Principles. In fact, the Heavenly Principles has been quiet since the Conria disaster 500 years ago. I told him that the Heavenly Principles may be awakened if I destroy the Gnosis. I assumed that the Heavenly Principles wouldn't just stand by and let such extensive damage... And as for what I exchanged for the Gnosis, the exchange served as both punishment for the Doctor, as well as a boon of new knowledge that I couldn't refuse as the God of Wisdom. Are you sure?
Huh? You mean...
About your brother. While you were resting at Gandharvaville, I took some time to perform an Irminsul search for information on your brother.
Yeah! Isn't Irminsul a repository for all the information and memories of Teyvat?
This is true in your case. Irminsul indeed does not have... However, there must be something different about your brother.
What?
There's only one possible explanation. He belongs to this world.
But nothing about this makes any sense! Wasn't this your first trip to Teyvat?
According to the records I was able to access, your sibling suddenly appeared in Conria. After the Conria disaster, he began his journey. But just as his journey was about to reach its conclusion, the Irminsul records on him suddenly become...
What do you mean, Fuzzy?
All I know for sure is that somebody, for reasons only they can know, and whoever it is, if they can do that...
But even that wouldn't explain how he somehow comes from this world.
Something else I noticed was that according to these records, the Fatui have not classified your sibling as one of the Descenders.
What's a Descender? Paimon?
Look, I'm sure you must be curious about the information I received from the Fatui in return. A very important part of the intel was about this world's Descenders. Traveler, you are Tevat's 4th Descender.
Huh? So the Fatui count 3 other Descenders before the Traveler, and her brother isn't even one of them?
That's right. My current hypothesis is that the first Descender was likely... As for the other Descenders, I still need to
Paimon's head's...
And yet, even knowing all this, I'm sure you must... There are many questions in my heart as well. I will need some time to go through and soon, you'll also begin your journey, and I'm very interested in your future. It's a journey. If fate is the ultimate knowledge, then you're...
Paimon, sure glad we got to meet.
The pleasure is all mine. Alright, that's enough talk for today. If you ever miss me, just close your eyes, and maybe I'll...
You must have a whole bunch of questions after our last conversation with Nahida. Paimon was ready to ask her a million more questions, but didn't want to seem too pushy.
Is there anything you want? According to the records, I was... After the Conria disaster, But just as his journey...
What do you mean?
All I know for sure is... And whoever it is... If they...
But even that wouldn't explain how he somehow...
Something else I noticed was that according to these records...
What's a Descender?
Look, I'm a very important traveler. You are...
Huh? So the Fatui count...
That's right. My current As for the other Descenders, And yet, even knowing all... There are many questions in my heart as well. I will need some... And soon, I'm very interested. If fate is the ultimate...
I'm sure glad...
The pleasure is all mine. Alright, that's enough talk for today.
And as for your brother... So many questions. Let's go find Nahida and see what else we can find out.